Children, I am Priyanka Goyal, your SST teacher. Today I am going to explain you the 6th chapter of class 7. The topic is administrative system and architecture during the medieval age. So today I am going to explain you the administration system during the Rajput age. During the Rajput era, India was not ruled over by one king. India was divided into big and small states, and the extent of each kingdom depended on the king's military powers. You have been studied about the Rajput kings and dynasties in the previous chapter. In this chapter, you will learn about the administrative system, literature, architecture, and external inventions during that time. First, I will tell you about the administrative system. After the 7th century, various Rajput dynasties ruled in India. However, even though different dynasties came to power, there was little change in the administrative system. Though kingship was hereditary, it was not compulsory that the eldest son would always automatically become the next king. The heir apparent selected by the king was called the crown prince. In some cases, even people and ministers elected or selected their king. For example, while in Kashmir, King Yashashkara was selected and enthroned by the Brahmin group. In Gujarat, Kumar Pal was selected as the successor by the Council of Ministers. The ministers were appointed to assist the king to administer and manage the kingdom effectively. Yet, at times, people became victims of poor or wrong administrative policies. Administrative system in villages. Villages institutions were very important during the medieval period. The panchayat looked after its administration. The head of the panchayat was called Mukhi or Sarpanch, and he was responsible for protecting and delivering justice to the villagers. His was the final word. Still, in many cases, the Gram Sabha would also give verdict and punish culprits. Even today, at the village level, the Gram Panchayat or the elder of the panchayat provide guidelines to the people. At that time, land revenue was the main income of the kingdom. Each kingdom had different ways of collecting land revenue, but usually the 6th part of the cultivation was taken as the land revenue. Apart from this, other taxes were also relied on the people. Different officers were appointed for different activities. Moreover, taxes were collected at ports and octroi points. Landlords collected the tax and paid tribute to the kings. Okay children, this was about the administrative system in medieval period. In my next video, I will explain you about the literature. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day. Take care.